Hello guys, welcome back to another update here on Bitcoin. Right now I'm getting a lot of requests if I believe the bottom is in for Bitcoin and for Ethereum, and if we're going to continue higher here. And I want to explain to you what kind of factors I'm looking at here to determine if the fact the bottom is in, because right now we had quite a move to the upside here from the lows. If you take here from the lows, we have already bounced 15% or 16% almost, which is quite significant for Bitcoin. So let's start with the pitchfork we've been having here for some time. From the COVID lows, as you remember, we used to have the previous bear market lows, which gave us a quite perfect top here on Bitcoin. And then if we changed it later to the COVID lows, because we see price we're respecting this one. So as I've been saying, I haven't ruled out yet the top, this median line here could be the top, and we could come up here to reach it. I haven't ruled it out, but we need to be realistic here as well. So we can see here for now I've added these lines here to the pitchfork. So these, you can check, pause the video and check the settings. I have these extra lines here on my pitchfork, and we can see here we have respected the 0.75 line here on the weekly time frame. We can see we found support here. So first, to be realistically, to see if price can come up here and touch this median line here, we need to look at the time frame as well. So let's say we would hit this median line by the end of the year 2025, or just at New Year's. That would be 135,000. In my personal opinion, I know for a lot of people, they give me backlash when I say we're not going to go so high. They say they believe they have been told by these crypto influencers with the crazy targets of going to go 200k, 300k. And in my personal opinion, for us to go up there is going to take a lot of buying power. And I don't believe there's these types of money in the market at the moment. We are in a bad economy right now. There's not enough retail. Most of the retail already have lost most of their money on this sideways movement we had here, and people calling this crash. Bitcoin literally went to 50,000, and people are calling crash, saying that they are down on their crypto holdings because most of the retail has entered here, as I've been speaking about. No retail was entering down here, so most of the bull market has already happened, in my opinion. I know most people won't like to hear this, but the bull market has already happened here. I know most people have been looking at the previous all-time highs here, and has been saying the bull market will start once we break the all-time highs. What happened? We basically just came up here, retail act as exit liquidity, and then the market has went down. I'm not saying there isn't the potential upside, because I'm still bullish on the market, but I do believe, as I've been saying for a long time, we're in the late bull market stages. As I mentioned yesterday, I do believe we're in some kind of this is if we look at the previous bull market, we're somewhere here, but I don't expect us to have this impulsive move to the upside. I do think we're somewhere here, but we're gonna probably have one final leg to the upside, and then we're gonna top and start the bear market. So something similar I'm looking at right now. So for the time being, we'll bounce quite nicely here, and as long as we can start getting bought up, I do believe it's possible for us to go to this median line, but we need to start moving, because let's say we reach 2026, that's already going to be 220,000, which is insane valuations for Bitcoin. Then the further we go, let's say 2027, it's going to be 380,000, which is also possible, but it's very unrealistic in my opinion, because I don't believe Bitcoin is going to have this major bull runs anymore like we used to have. I do believe we have to enter, we're gonna have some kind of final move to the upside, maybe come up to this median line here, and then have a bigger bear market, gonna go sideways. Before then we have a massive bull market again. So let me just add this one. So before then we have a massive bull market, then we can see the extreme valuations. But first we need to get out of this. We need to get this bull market over with, get the retail out of the market. Too many meme coins, too many altcoins. We don't want that. We only want Bitcoin and Ethereum to be the main coins that are going to survive over the years, which has been proven through the previous bear markets as well, that only a very few percent of the altcoins actually survive. So let me talk about right now my outlook for Bitcoin. So I want to show you this chart here. This was our main chart, you remember, from the previous bull market lows. We can see here it says algorithms got out of the market. We basically gone sideways, and now we crashed down. So this is something I forgot to mention yesterday. All I do here, I go down here and I switch to the normal chart here. What happens when we come to the normal chart? This is one of the pitchforks also we used as resistance to the upside. And look where we came down here and tested it from the other side. And this usually, once this median line acts as resistance, when the price comes back, it usually acts as support. This type of patterns don't always call the bottoms, so I'm not calling yet for the bottom here, because I still have this pitchfork in mind. Let's go on the main chart here. If we take here from the highs to the lows and then to the recent highs, And let me just remove these extra lines here. So we'll just have the 0.5 line here. And if we go on the normal scale, we can see here, we're very close to the median line. So the median line is sitting at 47,000. Let me just get the exact close here. I do believe, yeah, it's around 46,900, maybe something like that is the modified shift. If we go on the shift one, is slightly lower. So let's say 46,000. So in my opinion, this would be really, really strong support. And once price has already come so close to the median line, I would be surprised if we actually don't tag the median line. We can see here similar on Ethereum how we had played out as we mentioned yesterday. We can see here it says Ethereum hit this median line. Ethereum is already up around 18%, which is quite significant. So I do believe this is quite a substantial low for Ethereum. As I said, I'm not right now here gonna start calling tops or bottoms because I do think there's too much uncertainty in the stock market still. And the stock market is respecting crypto market or is correlating quite heavily, especially this bull market have correlated a lot. So we need to look what the stock market is going to do to understand what crypto is going to do. But overall, on a technical perspective, Ethereum has made quite a significant bottom here. Then we also have the modified shift, which is slightly lower. So I'm not ruling out the possibility that we come down here to the modified shift and then making a macro bottom, and then we can talk about all-time highs again. Same here on Bitcoin. We have this support here at 46,000 as we just talked about. So let's mark this support here. And something else I want to cover is if we take from the lows here to the highs, we previously had the 0.31 here as support, and look what has happened here. First we bounced once from it, we had quite a substantial bounce from the 0.31, and once again Bitcoin has been bought up above the 0.31, which is very, very interesting. So let's see if we can get a weekly close above, but if we go on the log scale, look where there's 0.31, the next support is going to be for BTC. That's going to be 45,400, which is going to correlate with the Pitchfork. So I'm looking here at 46,400 or 45,400. No, wait, yes. So around 1,000 deviation. So this here would be the excellent buying, the best buying opportunity, in my opinion, to enter Bitcoin if we come down here. So I'm waiting in case we're going to come down here. Right now, it does look like we have formed some kind of bottom and we're on the way higher. But I don't want to rule out the possibility for one more leg lower, because this would set up a perfect long before then we could go to all-time highs. So I'm in the business of being on the right side of the market. I'd rather miss the lows here and then enter once we have something more clear and enter on the way up once we have confirmation that the market is bullish again. But right now I'm staying out of the market. I want to see more price development, because I still do believe we might even chop sideways here, come down here and then go higher, or might chop sideways and just continue higher from right now, because you can see Bitcoin actually bought up really quickly here. And as I said, if we go away on the log scale, we're already above the 0.31. So we can see here how well their algorithms are bullish overall on the market. And so if we look at the big whales and the institutions, they have all just been buying this whole way up. So in my opinion, I'm not bearish here. I'm not calling for any bear market here to start. This is normal crypto behavior. We can see here before with the previous bull market, we had quite substantial crashes, or let's say pullbacks to the downside. So that's kind of my outlook for it right now. I'm really loving the 45,400. If we get here, in my opinion, that's going to be a gift to go along. But overall, Ethereum looks like it has made quite a significant bottom. So I'm already looking to enter some longs on Ethereum while I'm still staying out of Bitcoin right now at the moment. And then of course we have the weekly chart here on Ethereum that goes all the way here from the previous bull market lows to the all-time highs and then to the recent lows here, something that we'll be talking about for a while. As I've been saying, this median line, we're gonna reach it, in my opinion. There's no doubt in my mind. The thing is, we don't know when, but this median line is gonna act as a magnet. So as long as we're inside this pitchfork here, I'm just buying Ethereum here as much as I can. This is not, of course, financial advice, just my personal opinion. I'm just trying to be transparent and tell you guys what I am doing. I cannot see the future. I'm just trying to analyze this market the best I can. And in my opinion, as long as we're inside this pitchfork, as we could see the previous bull runs, this median line usually acts as the top. So I'm very confident the top is going to be this median line. And if you are if a true Ethereum bull or holder of Ethereum, this is a bullish signal that we came down here, because the longer we can stay inside this pitchfork, the higher the target is gonna go. So let's say we'd reach this pitchfork by 2026. That's already gonna be 8,000, almost 9,000 target for Ethereum, which is quite substantial target. I don't think we're gonna break ever this median line. for Ethereum, or at least this bull market. I do think still this is going to give us the ultimate sell signal for the overall bull market. So instead of looking at Bitcoin chart, I do think the Ethereum chart is going to give us the true sell signal here when it's time to exit the crypto markets. Something lastly I want to cover is here the S&P 500. So as you can see on the screen here, we called this move here previously. This is stock market basically on the monthly time frame. So we can see here we have this that goes back to the 2009 crash. We have this massive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I do believe the S&P right now has finished some kind of fifth wave here on the monthly chart. I'm not calling for some major crash here, but I'm just saying that's why you have to be cautious here. We can see how perfectly price respected the 0.31 here, and how we started the pullback at exactly the minus 0.236, which we called back in April. We can see here something similar happened here. If we come down here to the highs we had before the COVID crash, so we can see here how the 0.31 here once again acted as support. So we had this as a 1, 2, 3, 4. We had the fourth wave bottomed here, and then the fifth wave came up here again to the minus 0.236, which happened right before COVID. Algorithms got out of the market. Then of course the COVID news hit and everybody panicked, sold, and we got a huge crash in the stock market. So if this doesn't blow your mind, I don't know what will. I am very curious what kind of entities are behind these fib levels here. As you guys know, I don't like general fib levels. I only use the 0.31 and the minus 0.236 because I do think they are the ones that big algorithms, that's why I know almost for a fact, that are using. I don't know who is controlling these algorithms. I don't know what entity, but we can clearly see the buying and the selling pressure that these fibs have. So my point is for you crypto guys, it's good to be cautious here, because I do think we just have hit the top here on the stock market. As I said, I'm still bullish overall for the stock market, and I do believe we're gonna go higher, but we have to be careful because we hit a macro resistance point here. If we zoom in on the stock market here, if we come on the daily time frame, we can see here, if we use the lows here, something I posted in the Discord yesterday, is we have hit the 0.31 both on the log and in the no log scale, and we can see here the stock market has been bought up, which is bullish for crypto, since crypto is correlating. As Ethereum has been bought up, same here with Bitcoin. We have quite a week here, so we have to see here if the stock market does in fact have bottomed here this week, because if this is a bottom for the stock market and will continue higher, I do expect crypto to follow. But we could also flip over here bearish, come down for a deeper correction before then we'll go make newer highs for the stock market, and then I expect the crypto to do something similar, because we still have lower targets here, which could be possible for the stock market. But for now we have to just look at this level here, the 0.31. As long as we can hold it, I do think we can get higher prices on the stock market. So it's important to take one day at a time here. So that's kind of my looking at right now. No need to FOMO here. Just remember, these bull markets, they don't play out in a few days. You need to have patience, and right now we haven't done much. If we look here, Bitcoin is almost at the all-time highs again. We're at 56,000. I know there was a lot of panic in the market, but we can clearly see how much demand there is for Bitcoin, how quickly it gets bought up, and we're basically at the previous bull run's all-time high still. So nothing really has changed here overall. We're still waiting to catch the massive fourth wave before then we're going to start the final fifth wave to the upside, and then we can start talking about bull market tops. Otherwise, I thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, I added here in my VIP Discord a section here for where I will post weekly my Bitcoin chart. So this is free for everybody. You can click the link down below to join my Discord to follow my charts live. Otherwise, I will see you again tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a great week.